Hey y'all, how we doing? Happy Saturday and Sabbath. I just got back from an amazing Sabbath school and service. It was so important. It was so essential. Sister Diane did an amazing job, and I'm also geared up and pumped up and ready for church tomorrow. Anyway, I just am getting on here just talking randomly. Um, I get to the point that being fantastic and phenomenally 40, I'm always thinking. I'm always thinking and seeing how I can think and live and be, survive and thrive, flourish, all that wonderful stuff on a deeper, more impactful level. Because this is the continued progression and elevation and incline in my life and making things happen, and goals are definitely being met and accomplished. Very excited and ecstatic about that. But I'm always, I don't say in a space of concern, clearly because of how the world is. You want to be in a space of just knowledge and being, insightful and concerned. You don't want to be in fear, because who has time for that? We're in an active World War III, and everything's kind of just doing what it wants to do, helter skelter all over the place with the government and doing whatever. But I don't believe in the government. I know it exists, but I don't put my faith in them. So, be that as it may, I do what I can what I can get. I see what goes on, and if it affects me, if there's something I need to adjust, edify, modify, change, I'll do that. And then the rest, I pray on it and keep it moving. Anyway, I am just gobsmacked at how sometimes the vicissitude of parenthood can be. Sometimes I get frustrated. True enough, I'm wearing three. You might as well say I'm like three parents in one, because I'm, of course, my own parent to my children. I am. I hate to say it like that, but I am the proxy for both of their fathers, serving as that extra space, still allowing them to always be respectful because their fathers are an elder to them, no matter how much I know what the facts are. Okay, that's called maturity. And the third side of it is because their grandparents are now gone. I make it a point in my house. I'm speaking for me. You do what you want to do. I'm speaking for Jen. Okay. That yes, there's correction. Yes, there is discipline. Yes, there is the long arm of the law if you need it. You know what I mean? But however, I think that parents go automatically into the long arm of the law. They're not talking to their kids. They're raising them out to me, jungle survival. As in, I'm gonna beat the proverbial HE double hockey sticks out of you, and just it's so much rage, so much rage, so much yelling, so much rage, so much profanity, and it's like, but what are you showing them? Do they know how to pace themselves? Do they know how to practice self-control? Do they know how to be patient? Do they know how to speak and communicate clearly? Do they know how to read the room? Do they know how to, feel and what to do with the energy when people may or may not be for them? Because I tell them all the time, if they're not for me, they're not for y'all, and we will be out of there. Like that song when they're like, get in there, we'll be out of there, out of there. Like, no, you are not gonna just be in a space of people, entities, environments, individuals that are disrespectful of me. And then it's like it's the trickle down. If you're disrespectful of the parent, what are you gonna do to the child? And did you, because when it comes to my kids, don't let it. Don't let it. Okay. But as I digress on that, but they're just so vicious. Like, and after you do that, what? Have you taught them anything? What have you shown them? And true, it might have been something that needed to happen, but many cases it could be something very simple. And keep in mind, I'm in apartments. It's not like these are still informed to read, soundproof walls here. And that's any apartment in Apartmentville, USA. Okay. Parents, I get it. Trust me, again, I'm wearing three parent hats. But you still have to come from a place where you can get right with your child, even if you don't have to physically get right with your child, but get right with them and be right for them. I'm gonna say it again. Be right, be right with your child, even if you have to get right with your child. Sometimes we're so full of force. Where's the favor? Where's the fairness? Where is it? Now, again, I'm balanced. I practice all that. I get right with you. I snatch you up if I need to. Excuse me, because these contacts and this pollen down here. Have y'all heard that down here we have like the highest rating of pollen? And with contact lenses, it's the ookie boogies in my eyes. Excuse me. But, I mean, be right with your kids. Even if you need to get right with your kids. So you can be right for them. Be right with your kids, so you, in case you need to get right with your kids, so you can be right for your kids. It's important. It's too much. Some people in the world are treating your kids better than you are, and you were the one that birthed them. And if that's you, do better. Because from one apartment resident to another, that's not fair to the child. And the Youth Court Act in 1979 didn't come up to be for no reason, huh? You don't want to have to deal with that, do you? Right? Be right with your kids. Even if you have to get right with your kids. So you can be right for your kids before you get left.